Good morning, everyone. It is Throat Punch Thursday, September 30th. Today we have some green going into the market. We have initial jobless claims that will come out before the open, and then our monthly report. I had thought it was yesterday. It is not. It is a week from, or I'm sorry, I thought it was tomorrow. It is not. It is a week from tomorrow. So that'll be October 8th that we will look for that. But this is our look here. We're well off the highs here. On the session, the Dow's up about 130 right now. Bitcoin is holding up just a smidge over 43,000, so giving the whole market, the SPY and Bitcoin do tend to work just a bit together. Okay, but what we want to see is follow through. We talked about this an awful lot yesterday, getting that follow through, and we really just had a whole bunch of messiness yesterday, right? We didn't ended up closing closer to the open than the highs of the day. So, have to be cautious. We need to see that actual push, that follow through, and that's what we're going to be looking for before taking any swings. I have not taken any swings, any new swings, because of that. So, okay, let's go ahead and hop on into a few charts. One that we have been day trading quite a bit is Netflix, and I'm going to come right back and look at this again this morning. It's sitting at 605. As I type, I'm looking at the 600 and 610. Now, we're inching closer and closer to those October expirations. Those are the ones I was playing yesterday. I will make the assessment for a day trade if I'm going to stick with those or if I'm going to push it out, because the decay can really eat your lunch if you're not careful. So, but Netflix, really anything over 600 is still good for a day trade here. Looking to test that 610 and then maybe that 615. So just wanted to put that out there for a nice day trade possibility. One thing we haven't seen in the markets is tech. They have not come back in a big way to support us, and we really need them to play along. Nonetheless, there are a few tech names I want to take a look at. Snowflake, this one's been pretty beaten up, and we watched it here, talked about it I think a bit yesterday. So close to that 50, looking for just a reversal play up off of this 50 in snow, and I'll be watching the 320s in that. IBM popped up here. Because it crossed through the 50 yesterday. I thought it was kind of interesting, and I looked at it. I'm like, wow, I honestly can't remember the last time I looked at IBM, right? But we have this nice set of moving averages underneath, and we are trading in a little bit of a range. A move over and hold over the 50 is what I would be looking for here in IBM, and I would look at the 145s. These are all in November, by the way. So I like to play the monthlies. I don't play the weeklies. I play the monthlies, so we're looking at the November 19th strike in all of these. So Dell the other day had a really big move, and we have just continued to kind of, creep our way up. Yesterday, big indecision candle here. Let me take this little line out. Big indecision candle here yesterday. But overall, we still ended up opening and closing higher than the previous day. That is a pretty bullish sign here. And looking for a nice support level here of 105.65 to be over that to enter. And the Dow 105s are the ones I'm looking at right now. But we'll see if that changes here as it maybe get some more attention going into, as we move through the session. All right, Zendesk. So interesting. Chart looks absolutely terrible, doesn't it? It does. Put your hand in the air if you think this looks terrible. I think I have both of mine in the hair right now. But this piqued my attention. At the end of the day, we go through and see where the largest amount of volume is and what name, what they're looking at. It happened to be Zendesk. I thought that was a little interesting here. And the ones that were being played yesterday are the 130s. So the November 130s. That's a little far out for me. I prefer these, the 125s. But let's watch this one today. It sure feels like somebody knows something that's going on in order to push those up to the 130s. So we're going to watch that play today. Again, I like the 120, or the 125s rather, But we'll watch that. I think it could give us a pretty decent day trade. When it has that much volume in a day, a lot of times the next day it does give a nice day trade. So we'll keep a good eye on Zendesk. Cisco, not as in the software company, but as in what supplies our restaurants. Cisco here, really nice overall move. We took a nice little break, sidestep, using that point of control. A lot of big wicks here, so I'm not a fan of that particular part, but our days have melted too, right? They've kind of, the overall market has kind of pulled back at the end of the day, so kind of just moving with that, keeping an eye on this. I really like this. My initial look here would be right around the 81 mark, and then the 81.65 are the two areas I would kind of look for an entry. And on that, I would look at the SYY 80s on that one. Oops. ABBV. We noticed this one yesterday. Look at this really pretty rounded bottom that we have. We have the 3 that crossed up over the 8. We closed over the 20. We are below the 200, which is a little tougher. But there's lots of room here up to make a play to that 200, and it's just making a really pretty orderly recovery here. So I would watch the 110s in ABBV. All right, and then the other sector we've constantly talked about, and it's been on the watch list here quite a bit, oil, right? Energy and oil rather. Big push up. We did take a break yesterday. We came right back in, bought that up. Look at that volume yesterday in COG. Keep an eye on the 25s. EOG. CVX, not as bullish yesterday, but keep an eye on that one as well. Devon Energy. Like how that candle ate up all of yesterday's price action here. And knee coming up off of the 200. So lots of charts here. Now knee has been beat up quite a bit more as of right now. But look at that nice comeback here yesterday, pushing up off of the 200. Anything over that fib line at the 79 mark, I would look at the 80s. So lots of good charts in there. However, again, I cannot stress enough, we need to see the follow through. Don't forget, we do have a potential government shutdown looming, and we also have the infrastructure bills, spending bills, all of that kind of circulating around us. And although we look at it, it might give us a bump in the market with that infrastructure. You know, you can look at those basics and industrial names. It's really just a lot more spending. So the short-term gain will probably lead to a lot more long-term pain in that particular area. But anyway, politics aside, that's it for today. All right, everyone, have a great Thursday. If you have any questions, reach out, heatherc@givingtreetrading.com.